button. Ready?
I'm ready.
And we're live. We're officially live.
What up, party people?
Hey, I'm Selena.
Hi, I'm Kamal.
And you're watching The City and Beyond.
Welcome to our Thursday live stream. Live and direct, coming to you.
Not sure if everybody likes these. I've noticed that people are watching them.
Yeah.
So even in the the replay, they can watch it later.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do this more in the new year.
Yeah. I'm with it.
So I guess let's get started.
All right. We'll jump into it. Let's see what we got going on.
Pull up some notes.
Pull up some notes.
So we don't go off topic.
So first thing on the agenda is updates in our lives. Let me tell you what's happening right now. We have worked ourselves to the bone in our 9 to 5, and
yeah.
I will start off by saying I know how lucky we are to have our jobs right now. I know how lucky we are to not be on the front lines and have the ability to actually do the majority of our work from home. However, burnout is real.
Burnout is real.
Burnout is very real.
So is exhaustion. I feel like we've always made fun of celebrities that have to get treated for exhaustion.
Yeah.
I never really thought about what that means.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like, I feel like it's because it's something that you say after a long day of like, I'm so exhausted.
Yeah, like
and
you don't think much of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But apparently, it's a real thing. Like, like I was feeling a little like really off. Like couldn't shake it.
Right.
No matter sleep, I think at one point I had like Thanksgiving. We had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. That Monday, I felt more tired than Thursday.
Mm.
Or just like I couldn't shake, like just wanting to like rest. And I feel like not until I had the Monday off, like the following week, I didn't start to feel a little bit better.
Well, on my end, everyone is kind of annoying me. And not my wife, I love her. She's amazing.
We've gotten on each other's
nerves. We've gotten on each other's nerves, and everyone is annoying me. And if you know, if anybody in my family or one of my friends knows, cranky me is not the best me. Cranky anybody is not the best anybody. But like, if I'm nonstop cranky, it's because I need a break. And
baby needs a nappy?
Baby needs a nap. Baby needs a nap. Here's the thing. If you're watching this channel, you know that we talk about utilizing the time off that you have allotted from your job. And unfortunately, we have done that on a very minimal level.
Yeah. COVID has made it.
Yeah, COVID has kind of made it that. But I feel like you're kind of more zero-in. At least I feel that like that. Working in these crazy times. So I took tomorrow off. It's Thursday, the 17th of December, 2020, and I took Friday, December 18th off. And I just need a moment to breathe. Here's the funny thing. I still have 2 things to do for work tomorrow, which just shows the need for me to let go. I've had my away message up for 3 days. I've tried to arrange everything as much as humanly possible, but I'm dedicated to the job. And I'm I just need things to continue to run smoothly. In order for that to happen, I still need to do something tomorrow. No, they're not paying me for it. No, it's not overtime. I'm just a good employee. For anyone out there that's looking for somebody and wants to offer me a better salary. Not that I don't get paid well, but I mean, options are always open.
Yeah, and it's hard to turn off from work, especially when you are working from home. So, did you just take my cup?
We're sharing it.
He didn't even get me my cup. I was like, can you get me my cup off the counter? He didn't. I had to go get it myself. And now he's using it. You lucky I like you.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, so, yeah, with COVID and working from home.
Hi, Crystal.
It's, oh, hey. Yeah, from working from home and COVID, I think has made, I don't know, if a lot of people's jobs just like that much more work.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to turn off, even from the beginning, like when things abruptly got shut down and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was hard to turn off because things were changing day to day. And I mean, and in a way it still is. So like, it is important to swap out your, I mean, well, all employees, but like your MVPs. Like, okay, if one is out this week, have the other one, like switch off when they take some, time for themselves.
Right.
And we've kind of done that at work, but I definitely have not done as much as I usually do because my outlet is travel. So it was like, oh, I could just take the computer with me and like work on this. And they're like, okay. When we went to North Carolina this summer, when we drove down, I like only took off one day.
Yeah.
I think. And then the rest of it was like the weekend. It was 4th of July weekend. And then I worked like 2 days. So like it wasn't like me completely off. But it's hard because I know that there's so much that, people need. And I work in animal welfare and not a lot of people think about it. But a lot of people need assistance right now because they lost their jobs and stuff. And they want to take care of their pets. So I try to like not abuse, taking time off, but I really did need to take time off and it snuck up on me a lot quicker than I thought it would.
Yeah. I tend to bend the rules when it comes to time off with working from home. As of recent, I typically try to run errands here and there in between. I feel like it's a natural thing to do. Here's the thing though, is I've gotten used to working here, and I'll have no problem going back to the office if that is the case when this is finally all over.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard to turn off and have the disconnect. I have found myself, I work 7 to 3. Those are my range of hours. I found myself sending emails at 7 and 8 o'clock just to like keep going from things. Whereas usually before all this happened, it was once I leave work is done. But work is here.
Yeah,
I am permanently in the
running
office.
For that bus to get home.
So I'm in a need of a change of scenery, and I love my home, and I love being here, getting to pet the cat and ask my wife a question without having to wait for her to text back because she's in a meeting.
Sure.
But I need a change of scenery, and I need to not take work with me. Yeah, that's a big one. And honestly, if there wasn't for those of you who have not been watching the news and the weather, if there wasn't a snowstorm that just passed through here today, I wouldn't have anything to do tomorrow. But since there was, and it looks like it's pretty much all cleared up now, I have a couple of tasks to do, and then finally I can disconnect for a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
And in addition to like obviously work stuff, there's family, what do you call that? Family responsibilities that we need to attend to. I guess I'm a caregiver, so I have to like help out with some of one of my relatives needs, and right now what she needs is to move. So I know that we announced that we're gonna move in one of our videos, but so I first need to move her and rearrange like housing and stuff like that. So a lot of me advocating and calling and banging down doors. So that takes a lot of energy too. Shout out to Carol Loop. I don't know how many people have that benefit at work, but I have that at work, which is pretty awesome. I like anything that requires just like, oh man, I should have gave her that task to call Never mind. Anyway.
It's alright, yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, they can like call people, find out information, and like
they're essentially your personal assistant.
yeah. So like while I'm working and like busy with stuff at work, and it's like, oh no, it's the same. You know, like everything that you really need to do is during your working hours, like
Right.
calling people, arranging things. Like once you get off of work, they're closed. So it's so nice to have a service like that. So if you are a caregiver and like maybe your employer offers a service like that, definitely take advantage. It goes the same for like kids. Like if you have children and you need help with homeschooling needs or like getting information from the Board of Education, whatever it is, they'll help with that stuff too. So, not sponsored, but definitely...
Still an awesome service.
Yeah, definitely an awesome service, and it's free for your other relatives or friends, whoever, to help with the case, I guess you would call it, like whoever the person is. So, like, my brother and Kamal are able to, like, also contribute to, like, questions and stuff to the counselor or coach. Right. So... yeah, so definitely trying to take advantage of things to kind of balance our lives. So
well, in the moving front on our end, we've been looking at quite a few apartments, and I feel like we saw the paradox of choices where it was like, yeah, we can get this one apartment, but then it's like everything is going to be like really tight, and then there's this other apartment, but then it's kind of like we lose out on something, and it's kind of like this dichotomy. Oh, by the way, if you would like a preview of what our new residence look like, please follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't have a way to put up a thing, but it's
we haven't gotten the new.
But we every time we go out for a viewing of one of these places, masked up, of course. We'd like to take pictures and videos and post them online and ask for your opinion, because maybe there's something out there that we have not.
Shout out to Maria from the Maruchos being like, yeah, the wine rack, done.
Oh, like, yeah.
That's the place.
One of the last ones we saw was actually really cool. It had a Murphy bed in the second bedroom, and it had a wine rack built into the island in the kitchen, which is awesome, because that means...
I need to get better at taking actual videos and photos. I keep forgetting. Like, I'm just like... oh, wow.
A part of me kind of wants to take the GoPro, clip it on, put it on my head. I'm like, just don't mind me. Just trying to get like a first-person shooter view of the apartment.
But yeah, next time I'll definitely take more videos and stuff so you guys can see. But yeah, Instagram
is where it's at. We're getting to a point where we really gotta kind of buckle down on it, but we're in this crazy limbo period where we want to be picky with what we're doing, because I mean we're spending the money for it, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of like limited as to what is out there, and when something new and good pops up, it's taken like immediately.
Yeah.
So it's been difficult, because we've been trying to work with this one realtor, and she's not the fastest to respond, but she does do a good job with what she's been doing. We've kind of given her the leg up. I send her all the MLS numbers ahead of time so we can kind of like get with it.
She might be over us, but she hasn't said it, so we're just kind of like still chugging along. But it's the holidays, so we're gonna take a little bit of a break. We might see one place tomorrow just to check it out.
Yep.
We're not really sure we're not thinking it's
no
gonna
hopes.
be the one.
No.
But we figured we'd check it out.
Worth a gander.
Since they have time to let us view it. But so more about that soon.
Yeah.
What else? Did something else recently happen?
I saved a ton of money by switching to Oh, sorry. No.
So you may have noticed that we
have 1,000 subscribers. There was no way we were going to do that at the same time. There was no way.
1,000.
We have 1,000 subscribers.
It's like 1,003.
Round of applause to us. Round of applause to you, and thank you for stealing your neighbor's phone. Now tell their best friend to do the same and subscribe.
Yeah, we don't want to really jinx it because we feel like YouTube's gonna evaluate our channel and be like, look at all these bots you have or something.
Yeah.
And be like, no, this is not actually 1,000.
Yeah.
But so that's probably why you haven't heard us like on Instagram or Facebook being like, woo, we got 1,000. We're trying to just like take it in and make sure that like things are legit. But shout out to the last 3 people who subscribed because they have public subscription.
Yeah.
So we actually saw that they were real people. So we're like, okay, maybe it went up that fast with like legit people. So who knows? But we're really, really excited that we got to 1,000. As you may or may not know, it took us 3 years to do it.
Yeah.
We started our channel August 2017, but we really buckled down in 2020. In 2020. Well, I guess it started the end of last year into this year.
Yeah.
I was like, why are we still here? We need to just do this thing, because we were kind of like, oh, when it happens, it'll happen and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, a motivator was definitely seeing like other channels that don't take it, are not as creative. Is that a good way to say it?
Yeah. It's
we've seen like other channels that we're like, wait, they got 1,000. Like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
And it's like, we're not trying to like rush the process. We have jobs, so it's not like we're dependent on like monetization or anything. And then we also weren't really sure we wanted to monetize our videos because we felt like free content should be free content. But honestly, or realistically, I should say, recently the YouTube changed their policy that they would have been making money off of our videos anyway, starting sometime recently.
Yeah.
Or it's about to be or in the new year.
Something to that effect.
So no matter if you monetize or not, somebody would make money, which I kind of thought was already a thing, but
apparently not.
But apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
So we were like, thank goodness we did buckle down, because now instead of someone else getting the benefits of our content and your viewership and your engagement into us, we can now opt in to do it ourselves, which is pretty cool. And we do want to give a portion of our monetization, hopefully, to charity. Charities or charity to a good cause.
We have one charity in mind in particular.
We're open to
and we're open to other ones.
Because I found a couple other.
And we're both big proponents of you should pick a cause and stick with it. So we have 2 really big ones. I think we have one together and one each individually. Mine is cancer. I've had several family members who had cancer, so cancer is one for me, and I think both of ours is helping underprivileged communities and kids and things of that nature, because we were underprivileged kids, and I mean we turned out fine, but
and even I think we have more privilege.
We absolutely did. We absolutely did, and I feel like giving other people some of the leg up that we had, however small or large it was, is like our duty as human beings, to be completely honest. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
And then I would say my
individual
cause, my individual cause is animals, obviously, hands down.
Yeah.
I try to focus on that. Also used to be American Heart Association, but I don't do that as much. I actually used to volunteer. I told you that I used to be a volunteer for the cancer. What was it called? The colors are purple. I can't remember.
Wait, for what? The March of Dimes?
No. It's cancer related.
Oh.
But yeah, cancer awareness something. But yeah. But anyway, so we're really excited about the 1,000 because it's not only yay for us, but yay for all the things that we can do now.
Yeah.
Including, I think we are going to be able to do like a community section. I don't know if it still exists.
And do mobile live streams,
which I'm hoping we can do
very awesome
on our trip.
Yeah. Which we're getting to. I know some of you clicked on it for this. The rest of you just love our lovely faces, and we appreciate you.
I know. It's 20 minutes in, and we haven't talked about the actual topic of this live stream.
That's okay.
I don't even know how many
We're here
people...
for the true fans, and they just want to know how we're doing, yeah?
I think there's like 2 people viewing.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't
Whether you're watching it in real time or you're watching it later, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah. And obviously you can always fast forward.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, not if you're watching it live.
For sure.
So, yeah, so that's the 1,000 subscribers announcement. We're not going to talk about it on Instagram or Facebook yet. So, you got the scoop if you're watching this.
So, if you saw our last live stream, then you know the next big goal is 100,000. But, like, we're not dumb. We know that we're not going to do that overnight. I mean, maybe. We've seen it happen 1,000 times on YouTube for random channels, but... Let's just say after this amount of time, I'm not really sure that's going to happen. But the next small one I would say is like 5 or 10 or whatever. So still your neighbor's phone and tell them to subscribe.
And honestly, the 100 subscribers isn't something we're going to probably diligently try to get.
Yeah.
We did the 1,000. The 1,000 was really restricting us from some things that we really wanted to do.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that we provide the best experience.
The best.
So that brings us to
the main course. The reason why you likely clicked this video, aside from our lovely faces and my buttery smooth voice, you want to know if we are going to.
New haircut.
Oh, my new haircut. Listen. For anyone that's watching this, we're gonna let you in on a few secrets, and here's the first one. I cut my own hair today. And I'm going to admit it. I think it looks okay. I'm not too self-conscious about it because it's going to grow back. And at least I'm lucky enough to... I usually cut off all my hair anyway. If you've watched enough videos, you know. If you know me, you know. I cut it all off. I let it grow until it's uncontrollable. And then I cut it all off again. It's a very simple process.
You'll see in our video this weekend what out of control looks like.
It wasn't even that out of control. I had like another couple months for out of control. But all the same... secret number 1 is that, and then the main course. The question is: are we going to postpone our trip?
So the first point is traveling during the holidays is risky.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the first point. So traveling during the holidays is already risky. Mm-hmm. Pre-COVID and during COVID now.
Yeah.
Because. You know, lots of people like to pack in on those flights. You get jam-packed. There's also the potential that there's a storm.
Yes.
Which we just had, so we're hoping it's out of that's Mother done. Nature's system. She got it out of her
system. That's it.
What else is risky about traveling during the holidays?
There's going to be, I feel like you said that already, I'm sorry, but because I'm thinking of the points and then you're saying them at the same time. But there's a lot of people. A lot of people. They told everyone to stay home for Thanksgiving, and I guess everyone kind of thought that, oh, well, if everyone's staying home, then I'm going to go and travel. And It was the busiest point of the year. And holidays usually are busy, but like considering how low the season was, it like... far exceeded what anyone thought was going to happen. And I'm going to go on a limb and say they weren't government or essential workers. It was just people wanting to see family or people wanting to get out.
Yeah. And then obviously it's the added risk because of COVID.
Yeah.
It's, like, a part of me, you know, well, going into the, if we should still travel, should we still go on our trip? A part of me is like, oh, is it just irresponsible of us? But we've stayed, besides obviously going to North Carolina, which we drove, and we stayed pretty secluded. Mm-hmm. Anytime you see us somewhere, like, the trip is secluded. Like,
yes.
We went to Reading, Connecticut. I think that was the last like trip that we had, and
if you saw the first 5 minutes of that video, you knew we were secluded.
We were secluded.
Yeah.
We try to only do activities where we don't really have to interact with other people.
Right.
If we do, it's very quick. It's not like standing in line or a crowd or anything like that.
Yeah.
What else? Like, we wear our masks over your nose and mouth.
We sanitize anytime we enter or exit a location. So if I get out of my car and I go into the store, if they have a hand sanitizer station in there, I will hand sanitize my hand when I walk in. And as soon as I get back into the car, I sanitize it again.
Yeah. Like, we've been...
And then when we get home, we wash our hands on top of that. Like, we're not taking any risks.
Then even at our accommodations, we also say, well, I know, this is controversial between us, but I sanitize our accommodations as well. Our hotel, our Airbnb. I'm not gonna lie, I've even sanitized parts of his mom's house or a friend's house. Like, if I'm sitting at a table, I'm like... really quick, or I just make sure I don't touch, like, you can always just make sure you don't touch your face the whole time and stuff like that if you don't want to be awkward, which sometimes it does feel weird, but regardless, that's also a point, a lot of people are thinking about is COVID. So, are we still going to go?
Spoilers, yes. Yes, we are still going to go. I don't know why anyone thought otherwise. If you've been watching this long or you fast forward, here's your answer. Yes. Yes, we are still going to go. Why are we still going to go? Because we did the research. We did the research. We looked into it. We understand that staying home, being huddled in, is probably the preferred, the safest metric. You're putting less people at risk, and I apologize for being hypocritical, but I can't stay in here. I'm going stir crazy. and like, I need a change of scenery. And if you've been watching our videos, I can't drive for that long again. It's a lot.
Considering where our destination is,
we will be driving. Yes.
I think Brian even said, he was like, yo, if I have to drive there, I will drive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, we're kind of at the point where we're like,
absolutely.
The trip ain't done if the flights are all like, they're like, yeah, no one can fly. I have to, like, we driving somewhere, at least halfway.
Then. Yeah.
I already looked up how long it would take us.
Yeah.
But, like, that's out of desperation. But again, to go, why we took like 15 minutes to talk about like what's going on with us and stuff, like, I think that we're both people that, in order to get us hardworking people, like very hard, loyal, diligent workers, to actually cut off, we need to be somewhere else. And somewhere else where we can't just go and get our computer or like borrow a computer real quick. Like, it would have to be inconvenient to use our phone to help a coworker, or like it would be, like it's really, we need something where it takes away everything. Like, us being in New Zealand, like, ain't nobody got time to check no email. We would check an email, but we don't have time to help a coworker out.
I was about to say that's a very good example. I'm sure some of you have heard the notion of like, if you die today, before they can even print your obituary, they would have an ad in the paper for your replacement. Like, your job doesn't care about you, right? We were on our honeymoon in Singapore, and I took the time to check an email so that when I come back, I'm not bombarded. I feel like that's a pro tip for you kids out there.
Yeah, if you've been an avid follower, you know that we check our email from work.
You don't have to respond, but check it.
Which is the luxury.
Yeah.
Of kind of like being off and being
so you don't come back to 60, 70 emails and you gotta play catch up again. So I'm checking an email, and I made the mistake of responding to an email. Now, mind you, we're in Singapore at this point. The time zone is wildly different at this point. and I'm responding to an email and someone replies immediately and they're like, I need this as soon as possible. And I was like, you've got some nerve. Like, I'm still gone. I'm on the other side of the world and you're making a request of me to do something. And it's like, I'm not going to be home for another 4 days. And it was like, yeah, when I get back, I'll take care of this. Cool, I need it as soon as possible. Did he mean anything by it? No. Was it completely inconsiderate? I believe so. Because I was like, hey, like, so you know, this was already, like, started and I'll finish it when I get back. Oh, okay, I need this as soon as possible. And I'm like, and they didn't, I mean, I guess because it wasn't personable, they didn't, like, enjoy your trip while you're gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and then the worst part is when I did get home, like we gave ourselves a day of recuperation. I did get home. I'm checking my emails. Someone was like, "Yeah, just following up on this," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me right now?" So
yeah,
I need the disconnect. I absolutely need it.
Like, so I think I forgot what my point was without that, but like basically, I think that for us to feel like we're fully disconnected, we have to physically be disconnected. Of course, like. We have some plans actually in the new year to be away, but with work. And I don't know. I think more than you.
Mm-hmm.
I like just if I have a new scenery around me, but I'm still working. I don't mind that either. I kind of feel like relaxed, but I do understand, especially now, that that's not full relaxation and like. Separation from work because your mind is still going on like work and solving problems and this and that. So I think that's probably one of the biggest drivers for us to we're still going because and even I think Brian and Gabby they just need a break. Like we just need to be somewhere else, even if we freaking have to sit around and not do all the activities we have planned because of snow or weather conditions or the COVID restrictions or whatever of the town. I feel like we would still kind of be okay with it. It'd be like, dang, but it'd be like
absolutely
it is what it is.
Absolutely.
It's an adventure, you know.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Blink 182 song, and it's a sad song or whatever. But they had this line in there where it says, "I couldn't wait till I got home to pass the time in my room alone." That's exactly how I feel. Like, I just want to be left alone. It doesn't matter. I just need the disconnect. And I know if I'm here or I turn my phone off, I'll be tempted. I'm like, oh, let me turn it on and just check if there's messages or something like that.
Check our notes.
So, if I just leave my work phone, leave my work computer, and leave the state, I have no way of being oh yeah, work is going to be ever present. When we were in New Zealand, I was like, oh look, it's my job's New Zealand office. Should I stop in? Absolutely not. But still,
I was maybe you could transfer.
I mean, now I kind of wish I could. New Zealand's doing it right now. Get that hokey pokey, son.
Get that hokey pokey. Mm. But yeah, so that's why we're still going, or one of the main reasons why we're still going. And I think the riskiest part of our trip is going to be flying, and the flying part is very nerve-wracking. I'm just
it is.
I'm not extremely nervous, but I am very conscious of the fact that we're putting ourselves in that situation, and. As of, I think right before Thanksgiving, a lot of airlines are not doing a lot of COVID protocol. There's no empty middle seats anymore. I think even Southwest stopped doing it as of December 1st.
Yeah.
There's not much social or physical distancing, and so a lot of it really depends on you being an advocate for yourself.
Right.
I recently realized that I'm very numb or oblivious to the thought that or realizing that people aren't wearing their masks wrong. They're not wearing them right. So when somebody's talking to me, I think twice has someone else been like, "Hey, can you wear your mask right?" and pull it up over your nose. And it takes me back because I haven't really interacted with that many people outside of our family during this whole year. So it's like, oh, like I didn't even think to ask the person. I didn't even realize that the person wasn't wearing it right. And like, so I feel like it's gonna be a lot of like that, where like
Right.
maybe we're not asking random strangers like, hey, can you put your mask on right? But if somebody's speaking to me, if someone who works for the airline is speaking to me, I'm going to have to be like, hey, like, especially if it's a long, like, it's a full conversation, not a, okay, swipe here, like,
Yeah.
if it's just like a quick pass by, but if it's like a full on conversation with a TSA person, like, I'm gonna be like, excuse me, can you put your mask on right? I would have to, because you have to advocate for yourself.
To answer your question, no, we are not flying on American Airlines. To be frank, this is the other secret. We are going to be flying on United Airlines, and we wanted to do the review because we've flown on them so many times in our most recent video, and we haven't really done it. It's just something we don't really think about. They're the ones that we fly on the most. They're like the main airline because the hub is here. Like when you go to Newark Airport, if you actually look at like the terminals and which one there's a United Airlines in every single terminal. They own that terminal.
Yeah.
So we fly on a lot of United flights. And to Selena's point, I know that they're cutting back on the COVID protocols, but there's been many an ad because the airline industry is suffering right now about what they have done in place of that. So because we're in the air, they've got these new filters that cycle the air inside the aircraft X amount of times, and it's supposed to be better than being outside. I don't know. We will still be wearing our masks.
Will be on the whole
and
time.
I also want to say,
I was like,
we booked an early morning flight, really early, and they canceled that flight and then put us on a flight later in the morning, and
which means that they probably combined.
That flight is full.
Yeah.
Which is a little scary, to be completely honest. But I'm taking them at their word, and I'm also going to have my level of skepticism, and we're going to do everything humanly possible in our power to stay away from anybody else.
Yeah.
And make sure they cover the nose
and the mouth. And then the other thing is what was I going to say about that? Oh, I snack. I know, like, when you're eating is probably the only time that you can take off your mask on the plane on any airline, I believe, at this point. I don't think I would be doing that. If they give me cookies or whatever, I might take it. I might not take it. I honestly don't think I'll even take it because I don't need. Well, first of all, like, you don't really need it. It's like a 5-hour flight.
Yeah.
Like, I'll eat before I get on the plane. And I will be keeping my mask on. I will probably wear my faux glasses for my blue light protectors, and because I'm really bad at like touching my eyes and stuff, so I was like, no, nothing's getting up in here, all up in here. So I think that I will not take my mask off until we like are about to get into our rental car at our destination.
It's very funny that you said that, and I'm gonna have to ask if you are a hacker and if you're checking, because we have a video coming up and we make mention of Frontier, and I know that was the passenger that did that and not Frontier, but Frontier is possibly the worst airline I've ever been on in my entire life. So that is not surprising at all. At all. I guess Spirit has better marketing and that's why people rag on them so much, but Frontier I feel like is below Spirit Airlines.
I slept a 2.5 flight. Yeah, I feel like just sleeping, just
I
whatever
usually sleep
to
on
pass
flights.
the time, because I feel like that's probably also the safest way. Just keep your mask so you're not really thinking. Because, I don't know, I'm the type of person that'll get in my head also, and I don't want to make myself, like, nervous while I'm on the flight. Not that I've ever had, like, a nervous breakdown or anything, But I feel like it can't be healthy you getting into your own head while you're in an aircraft in the air. There's not much you can do about anything. All you can do is sit there. So like it would be a very long 5 hours. So I feel like sleeping, just something to preoccupy you. I might just play Sims on my computer.
I'm probably going to take like a short nap, but considering where they moved us during the day, I don't know if I'll be able to fall asleep, which is kind of the point of doing the earlier ones.
Yeah.
I always think about Fifth Element when they fly to Mars or whatever planet it is. They put everyone to sleep before they take off. I always thought to myself, that's a great concept. So I usually, before a flight, try to make myself as tired as humanly possible. Get on the plane, make sure everything's cool, and then conk out. And just tell them to wake me up for meals and stuff like that. But it's a domestic flight, so there will be no meals.
Yeah. Which actually, if obviously we have some people watching right now, we're going, since you're watching our live stream, Kamal finally gave permission.
Yes.
We agreed that because we reached 1,000 subscribers.
Yes.
And we're doing a live stream about our trip. And we're just feeling good.
We're feeling good.
And
as a thank you to those of you watching the live stream, as well as those that gave us 1,000 subscribers, and I guess anyone who watches the playback, because you're the true MVP.
We're going to tell you where we're going.
Are you ready for it?
Are you going to tell him? You should tell him.
I'm going to tell him.
Because he has the announcer voice.
All right. So, for Christmas and New Year's this year, the City and Beyond will be flying into Phoenix, Arizona. However, we don't stop there.
There's more.
Wait, there's more. After we leave Phoenix, we're going to drive a little bit north to check out Flagstaff. From Flagstaff, we're going to fly to Albuquerque, New Mexico. From Albuquerque, New Mexico, we're going to drive up...
He's giving the deets. Okay.
I mean, why not? We're going to drive up to Durango, Colorado. From Durango, Colorado, we're going to... What is it, Moab?
We're actually not probably going to Durango.
Oh,
but we're going to go to a city in
We're going to go to a city in Colorado, and then from Colorado, we're going to go to Utah, from Utah, back to Arizona. So we're doing the Four Corners for this year.
Even though we can't actually go to I guess it's considered a park.
Yeah.
The Four Corners.
The Four Corners Monument Park area.
Because that's part of the Navajo Nation.
And the Navajo region has been hit very hard by COVID, so nobody's coming in. So it definitely...
Yeah, Albuquerque's beautiful. We've been there.
Albuquerque is probably one of my favorite places on the West Coast. It was a great time. New Mexico is kind of an awesome state because New Mexico kind of feels like it's another country. It's kind of funny. Probably because they have like so much like of the Spanish influence left over, while over here we have all the Quakers, Pilgrims, and Puritans and things of that nature. Very little Dutch, considering how much they took over. They were in control of this land. Very little Dutch influence outside of architecture, I would suppose. Yeah. Nub82
said, I've flown Frontier twice and Spirit Airlines 3 times.
Oh, you're the real MVP.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would fly Frontier again. I would do it.
I would do it
for you guys,
for the channel,
so that I can give you like an adequate review. Yeah. But I did not enjoy my experience with them in the slightest. And aesthetically, I would say that I felt like I was on a budget airline with Frontier. With Spirit, it just kind of felt like they're just like cheaping out on some things. Like, I get it. I get the concept of it, but with Frontier, it like really felt like...
It was really stale.
It really, really felt like it. Like they got like some leftover airline and they're like, take this out, we'll make it lighter.
And it kind of, I think they only fly out of LaGuardia and Long Island here.
I believe so.
So it's not even like
so we would have to either
fly
out of one of those or go to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And like no, I mean I've flown out of Philadelphia before. It's perfectly fine, but why am I driving 2.5 hours? You know what I mean?
Don't fret, we know we would.
I mean,
for the right price.
For a Frontier flight?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't think so.
But yeah, so that's our trip, and I'm pretty excited because the reason, well, if you don't know, now you're about to know, we were actually planning on going on a Euro trip around this time of year. So, that got the kibosh, obviously. I was holding out until like about May, June, and we already had this as a contingency plan. And I'm pretty excited because I feel like if you haven't been to that area at all, like we've only been to New Mexico, we went to Taos, Santa Fe, and Albuquerque. And that alone was really secluded, and that trip was not during COVID times.
Yeah.
And so we can only imagine all 4 states, especially the section we're going to drive through. We're just going to have a good time, just the 4 of us. We have a really, really dope accommodations in Utah. I'm really excited.
That one we ain't leaking.
Yeah. Yeah, that is, make sure you watch that video.
Right.
You'll probably get a good shot of it, so it could be on like the thumbnail or something. But yeah, I think it's an area where it's really easy to be secluded. I feel like people were there all summer, and we figured honestly it's easier for all of us to get get off from work, because Gabby is in education, so she gets winter break or recess, and so we just decided, you know what, we're just going to do it then, let COVID kind of take its course, see what happens at the end of the year. We're really hoping we didn't wait too long.
Yeah.
But it looks like I don't think any state is really considering a lockdown. Maybe New Mexico, it seems like they're teetering, but it doesn't sound like they're going to do it either. But we'll try to go in and out of New Mexico as quickly as possible, just to be respectful of the restrictions that they've made. They require for us to be quarantined, so we're going to do a lot of takeout while we're there, and maybe only do outdoor stuff.
Or just go to the supermarket and whip up some stuff.
In New Mexico?
Oh, no, not in New Mexico.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was saying
yeah, in New Mexico we'll probably try to dip in and out and only do like very minimal like activity. If it's not something outdoors or something, we'll probably just try to like do to go, do a lot of like hanging out at the B&B, but at the same time obviously seeing some stuff because that's why we're there. But
yeah. And luckily enough, when you head out west, there are plenty of mountainous areas and desert lands and things to see. And just the culture in general. One of my best friend's wives is from Arizona, and she's told me so much about it, so it'll be nice to see it in person. We've obviously already been to New Mexico. One of my coworkers used to live in Utah. He told me it's like a postcard everywhere you go, basically. So that would be really nice. Yeah. I'm really curious about that, actually.
And we're hoping, from what I've gathered, and if anybody knows any more than we know, what I've gathered is that as long as it's not actively snowing, it's like you can see, and it's like, you know, more likely that it'll have clear skies, and not like mist or like whiteout, like so, because sometimes it looks like in some people's like videos and pictures, if it recently snowed, everything's white, like clouded over, including a lot of the mountains and the what do you call those things? We were making fun of the name the other day. The one with the rocks that are on top of each other. Oh man,
I forgot the name.
I forgot the name, but anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're hoping for like decent weather. Hopefully we have clear skies and can really enjoy it. But my contingency to the contingency is if we really need to bail out on our plans and just find somewhere where we can see more, we're gonna have to head towards Nevada. We're gonna just have a head twist with Nevada. Possibly even California.
Oh boy.
Go. Cause I was like, what? Who's driving? But yeah. So we're gonna do what we have to do. Very excited. We're yes, nature. Yeah, we're very excited. We're happy to be secluded.
Yeah.
Just relocated. A little fearful of the flight, but pretty confident that obviously we'll be fine. We are planning on doing COVID tests on Sunday, probably.
Probably.
We're hoping it's not too crowded, but
We'll
we
see.
have a site near us that is doing free COVID testing.
How bad is it when the cotton swab goes up your nose? Has anyone gotten the test yet? Because
I'm pretty nervous
have
about
not.
that. I'm probably more nervous about the test than the actual flight.
Yeah, I am not excited about that part, but I am going to do it because I'd rather be responsible and safe.
Yeah.
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 So,
Not trying to be like Gwyneth Paltrow in Contagion, just like flying it all over the country and things like that.
oh yeah,
We're gonna be as safe as humanly possible.
definitely.
Also, I feel like where we've chosen to go is good because you can kind of just go anywhere and explore it. Where I feel like this whole New York City is dead scene, which is total marketing propaganda nonsense, is mostly because if people come to New York, they're probably going to New York City, and you have to be amongst like the draw for New York City. Even though I've heard plenty of people come here and be surprised by it, is the sheer amount of people that are there. And like at any given time, I would say it's usually like 60 to 70% tourists, specifically in like Times Square. So I feel like the whole New York is dead is because there aren't as many people going because people are actually being safe about it. But it's not even remotely close to being dead.
Yeah, no.
I feel like if tomorrow they're like, oh, actually, we figured it out and we have the COVID vaccine, it's in the water, we're done. And everyone could be back to normal. I feel like within 3 days, it'd be jam-packed again. People be outside with boom boxes trying to sell you their rap CDs or something.
But, so we're going to wrap it up. We have one more live stream, planned live stream.
Yes.
Which is next Thursday. As you may know, we did a live stream every Thursday at 8 p.m. for the month of December. We may do one while we're away for New Year's Eve. We're not sure yet. We have to, check in with our co-adventurers. Our co-travelers.
Would you guys watch it if we do it? Stream team, let us know. Leave it in the comments.
That's true.
Yeah.
Since you guys are watching, let us know in the comments or like in the chat
if
you'd watch a New Year's Eve video. We'd probably do it at 8 o'clock. Maybe just have it on for a little while.
8 o'clock their time or 8 o'clock where we are time?
8 o'clock there.
8 o'clock there, not 8 o'clock
Not
here.
here, yeah.
Okay.
I just said there.
I'm just double checking. I feel like I'm watching Spaceballs. Now is then, now is then, now is then.
Yeah,
then is
8
now?
p.m. probably there. But I
Okay.
guess we could do 8 p.m. Eastern time. We would just have to actually be at the Airbnb.
Yeah.
Or we could just hopefully live stream from our phone. But
Or the GoPro.
But next Thursday, we're definitely doing one for Christmas Eve.
Yes.
As you probably have noticed, we do not really have any decorations or anything like that. We haven't really celebrated Christmas that much in the past couple of years. Like, it's kind of like, oh, yeah, it's fun. But I guess I think the last kid in the family is now, like, 21. He's 21 now? Yeah. So it's like, there's really no one's waiting for Santa. Everybody can afford their own items. If they want something, they buy it.
Yeah.
So, but in the spirit of Christmas, we are gonna have our live stream and try to do some festive stuff, and just chit chat and eat our ham bread and maybe have a couple of drinks. And so we hope that you grab some spiked eggnog and join us.
Or cremas or coquito if you're from the Caribbean.
Cremas or coquito.
Or some rum cream. Rum cream works too. Not rum chata.
Bailey's?
I mean, you can do rum chata. I'm just joking.
Oh yeah, rum shot. I forgot.
I personally prefer Sangsters, but they don't sell
Watching
that
live
in the U.S.
streams for New York City facts. It isn't dead. We'll be traveling that day evening. Wouldn't be able to watch. Looking forward to the next one. Cool.
Cool. Well, you can always watch the playbacks. That's fine too.
That's true. What else?
5 minutes left. Got to change it to purple.
Oh yeah, our new thing. Well, we can't do that when we're in Arizona, in the Southwest.
Don't challenge me.
Oh gosh, he's gonna change somebody's light bulb. But yeah, so thank you for watching.
Happy Hanukkah.
Oh yeah, Hanukkah. Didn't it start it yesterday?
Tomorrow is the last day of Hanukkah.
No, it was last week. It
What?
started.
8 crazy nights. Yes, last week. Yes.
Yeah, I remember seeing an account. I was like, oh, Hanukkah. So, that means that it's time to end the live stream. Why did we choose this? I don't even remember.
I don't know.
It was in the first live stream.
But once the lights go purple, it means that it's coming time for the end.
Yeah.
And
it looks blue on the video.
yeah, maybe it just doesn't translate. But I assure you, it's purple. It's purple. Maybe it's like the camera is slightly colorblind, like some of these other things. You know what I mean? So.
But yeah. So enjoy your trip. Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thanks, guys,
Thanks
for
stopping
watching.
by.
We really appreciate it. Thank you again for 1,000 subscribers. Oh, leave us a comment or something in the chat telling us ideas about like what we should do to celebrate 1,000. I feel like everybody does something, so we're gonna probably do something, a video idea or something.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know. Is it exactly 9 yet? Not yet. We still have 4 minutes.
We still have 4 minutes.
So if you have any ideas, put it in the chat.
We're gonna leave
Put
it.
it in the chat. Oh, come on! I thought you were gonna make a song.
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
Ideas.
So if you like our videos and rhyming and all that, then I need you to let me know and just put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
Alright. I'm sure in the playback there'll be some people who probably put something. Alright. It's getting warm in here.
It is.
It's hot out here.
The project heat in our building starts to sort of like ramp up.
Alright, so I'm going to end the stream. Anything else to say?
Put
it in the chat.
Put it in the chat. New video this weekend. Another live stream next Thursday. Follow us on Instagram. We love you. Thank you. And good night.